Hello and welcome to a new video. My name is Lucas and today, a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be ranking fashion brands based on the year they had in 2023, in my opinion. Now I'm using the tier list website, whatever, and they had a pre-made fashion brand one, but there's like tons and tons of brands. So kind of just nitpicked ones that I wanted to go over, ones that I pay attention to, ones that are super popular. So there's a bunch that I didn't touch on. So if I skipped some or whatever, I apologize. Also, I am not some incredible fashion critique person. I don't pay attention to like every single thing. So if I rate something a little bit lower than you think or higher than you think, again, apologize, but let's just get right into it. Starting off with Acne Studios. Now I think Acne, they had a good year. I think last year, 2022 might have been better for them. I'm a big fan of Acne. I love what they do. I don't have anything. I have some jeans, but I sold them, like the skinny ones from a long time ago anyways. But Acne, solid year, nothing incredible. I'll put them in the B category. Next up, Adidas. Now, put aside the Samba fatigue that you may have. I think Adidas had an incredible year. The Wales Bonner collabs, the no title Sambas were amazing as well. The Sean Witherspoon Gazelles, finally Sean did some amazing things for Adidas. The vintage football collection, whatever that Adidas just released as well, amazing. So you know what, Adidas, I think they gotta go in the S tier. Aleeks. Now I wanted to put Aleeks in here because it's an interesting brand. I used to be a big fan of them, big fan of Matthew Williams. I don't even know what he's up to anymore these days. I think he left Givenchy, I'm not 100% sure, but Aleeks, do people still care? Personally, not for me. I'm gonna put them in D category just because I don't hear anything about them anymore. I remember they used to be huge when he was coming up, kind of when Matthew was coming up. I know they still do the Air Forces, I think, but whatever. Emilion Dor, ALD, however you want to pronounce it. Personally, I like what they do. They stick to their aesthetic and they do it very, very well. Some people might say they kind of rip off Lauren, but in fashion, who doesn't rip off somebody these days? So I think they do what they do very nicely. It's very expensive, but the quality is there. So for that reason, I'm gonna put them in A, I think. Anderson Bell, I love Anderson Bell. Very unique. It's a Swedish Korean label. Very unique, very interesting pieces, silhouettes, cuts, textures. But this year, I wasn't really impressed with their collections. I'll put them in the B category. Now Asics, I think, had a big comeback 2022 and 2023. Obviously the Kiko collabs, the Kiko work that he does with Asics is very, very nice. The Jound Asics, was that this year or last year? I'm having trouble remembering, but Asics, I love Asics. It was like the first that kind of got me into sneakers or fashion, whatever. And they had some good collabs. They had a big year. The Gel Cayano 14 had a huge year. Even the GRs were selling out, making some very nice colorways. So I'm gonna put Asics in the A category. Yes, I'm gonna put them above ALD though. Arc'teryx. Now, if this was last year or even 2 years ago, probably S tier. But I think the hype maybe has kind of died off a little bit for Arc'teryx, especially on the Grotto beanies. They're just pumping them out like crazy. The Beams collabs they did this year, I wasn't really a big fan of. I feel like I see less people kind of posting and talking about it, which is fine. It's not supposed to be a fashion brand. It's like obviously a hiking outdoor brand anyways, but I'll put them in B for fashion. Orally, a brand that I've just become familiar with this year, did a very nice New Balance collaboration. Unfortunately, they did it in their fall winter runway show, and then by the time we released, I was just kind of over it. But Orally, a new brand, like I said, I've been becoming familiar with. Very nice quality. Pieces look incredible. Put them in B again. Like, I don't really know too much about them. Balenciaga, I feel like they had a bit of a stinker of a year with the controversy they had at the beginning of the year, but I know people still rock with them. Personally, I was never really a big fan of Balenciaga. I think Demna is still there doing his thing. So because of the early year controversy, obviously they just had their fashion show, I think, and I think it was a big success. But because of the early year stuff, I'm gonna put them in C. I just can't put them any higher than that because of what happened earlier in the year. Bottega, again, very strong year. After losing Daniel Lee, I kind of thought they might take a turn downhill, but I think they kept up the momentum they had from a few years ago. The bags obviously being the big hitters, but some of their outerwear pieces are incredible. Their standalone stores are very, very nice. So Bottega Veneta had a good year again. I'm gonna put them in the B tier above Acne though. There we go. Brain Dead. Now this one kind of hurts me. I used to love Brain Dead, but recently, I don't know what, I think his name is Kyle, is doing. He pumps out collabs with anybody and anything. Very weird collabs, like things that he's interested in, I think, which is cool. Like he's doing his own thing. He doesn't really care what anyone says or thinks, but in my opinion, it's just a little bit too much for me. And sometimes he has really cool pieces, but then he slaps like a huge graphic or logo on the back or the front and it just kind of ruins it. So Brain Dead, I'm gonna put them in C, above Balenciaga though. I still like Brain Dead, they still do some cool things here and there, but it's just too much sometimes. Bape, now I've included Bape in here just for the nostalgia factor, the streetwear sector. Personally, I don't know anything about Bape anymore. I don't know, do people still wear Bape besides like the high school kids that hang out at the mall? So Bape can go in D. I don't know, it's just the shark hoodies, cringe, not for me. Dime, good Canadian brand. I feel like they had a good year, their collections were solid, they had some good collabs. I think they have a new one coming out with Adidas, or it's out already actually. But Dime, good Canadian brand, putting on for Montreal, doing incredible things. I'll put them in B. Let's put them there. Fugazi. Now, if you followed my channel for a while, you know Fugazi, one of my favorite brands. Trevor, incredible designer. What he's been doing is incredible. He just keeps getting better and better with each collection. And I think he's actually doing a runway show in New York tomorrow, December 16th, which is amazing, incredible. I picked up some pieces from him throughout the year. Like, the stuff he makes is amazing. The prices are incredible. It's just amazing. A little bit biased here because I love his brand and what he does, but I'm gonna put them in A, the top of A. I can't put them in S just because I think he doesn't release enough stuff. Actually, you know what? S tier. ERL, another brand that I really do like. Had a good collab with Levi's earlier this year. It was nice, but I feel like they just do the same kind of swirl hoodies, big puffer jackets of sorts. So I'll put them in C, above Brain Dead. Just, they do the same thing, but they do it well. And yeah. Next, Goldwyn, a brand that I've become familiar with over the past couple of years, outdoor brand, hiking, etc. Very, very nice, very, very expensive. They had a pop-up in New York when we were there in November, and I tried on a few jackets and vests, and it was incredible. I would have loved to grab it, but I think it was like $1,600 US, which is outrageous. But I love Goldwyn. I'll put them in B just because they do amazing things. Japanese brand, incredible stuff. Now this is Golf LeFleur. I'm just going to talk strictly about LeFleur. Tyler, the creator's more high-end, I guess, designer brand. He just had his second season drop a few days ago, and I was very impressed with it. The knits, the hats, loafers, jackets, etc. Very, very nice. Expensive, but that's what you come to expect with a more luxury brand. The quality is probably amazing. They had a very nice collab with Lacoste as well. I mean, he's been killing it with that brand. I'm gonna put that in A category. Let's go above ALD just because it's something different. Very nice. Jacquemus. Now I love Jacquemus as well. I don't have anything, but I really admire it from a distance, and I think the shows that he puts on are the best ones in the industry. Just the creativity, the execution is amazing. So if anything, if the clothes don't hit for you, I'm sure you can appreciate the artistic direction that he puts into his fashion shows. Like, they always are, in my opinion, they're always the best ones of the season, the most anticipated ones of the season, and the pieces as well. Very delicate, very nice. What else can I say? He's incredible. I'm gonna put him in the A category. Just, yeah, amazing. Dior, I feel like Dior, I haven't heard much of them from them this year. I've seen a couple of their footwear. I think they kind of got some criticism for kind of copying Salomon to an extent, and the boots they just released were kind of cool, but I feel like I didn't really hear too much from Dior this year, which is interesting. Normally when they have a show, it's kind of big news. I'll put them in the bottom, put them in C category. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to high-end luxury brands that much, but we'll go there. Louis Vuitton. I think they had a pretty good year, honestly. Pharrell coming in as a new creative director. They had Kid Super do his guest residency, whatever. I don't know if that was this year or last year, honestly, but Louis Vuitton, I think they had a good year. The ceiling and the expectations are very high, I feel like, for Pharrell. And his first show was actually very good. I enjoyed it. He had some really nice pieces. Let's put Louis in A category, I think. I think that overall, if you take it, I think they had a good year. And Pharrell, I think he's gonna do a good job. Palace, going back into more streetwear. Palace, they had a good year. Yes, they did. I love Palace. I think they do some incredible things. Their recent Ultimo collection was very good. That was doing incredible like soccer, football jerseys. I just don't think they had any collabs that really stood out to me in terms of like the big wow factors, but every collection was solid. I'll put them in A category. I think just there, sure. New Balance, honestly, kind of a letdown of a year from them. They had a lot of momentum from the 550s and the ALD collabs, and they're still pumping out the ALD collabs, which I'm kind of sick of by now. But honestly, I can't think of any collabs that were like, wow. Like the Oral-Lee ones I said, the 1906 Rs, I think they were. When they first showed them on their runway, were amazing, but then by the time they came out, I was just over it. I think New Balance had a bit of a step back from the past couple of years. I'll drop them in B. Still solid year. People still eat up the 550s and the new models they're bringing out are cool. So yes. Loewe, I mean, what can I say about Loewe? I think Loewe's got to go in A as well. Incredible year. Jonathan Anderson, I don't know how he does it, doing Loewe and his own brand, JW Anderson, but he is one of the better designers. His discipline and his creativity is on another level, honestly. I'll put Loewe in A. Let's go here for Loewe. I guess I don't really pay too much attention to designer or high-end fashion, but I know Loewe does their thing, and he does his thing, so it's good to see. Nike, did Nike do anything this year that was cool? The Nocta stuff lately has actually been kind of nice, so I'll give Drake, I guess, his props for that. I don't know if he has any say in that whatsoever, but that stuff was kind of cool lately. I can't think of any good shoe releases they had besides like Jordans, which I'm not into. So for that reason, I don't know. Nike, I think, is gonna have to go C, unfortunately for them. Levi's, now I think this year was their 150th anniversary of the 501, and they have some good collabs. They have the Denim Tears 1, I think. Or they've always done that. They have the Cactus Plant Flea Market with the huge Levi's tab on it, which is kind of cool, kind of stupid at the same time. The Year-Odd collab, like I said. So yeah, Levi's, I mean, they just do what they do. They pump out good quality jeans that are affordable. You can get salvage ones, you can get the made and crafted, Levi's vintage. So Levi's, they just do what they do and they do it well. So I'll put them in B, just average, I guess. Kith, again, they do what they do. They do it pretty well. Ronnie, I know he takes a lot of criticism sometimes. Some stuff that he does is kind of cringy and not it, but sometimes he does some really cool things. Personally, I'm not the biggest Kith guy anymore, but can't hate on Ronnie and what he does. I feel like it's in the same kind of breath as ALD, but a little bit lower, so I'll put it at B, I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. B, Kiko Konstantinov, again, this might be another biased one for me, but I love Kiko. Probably my favorite designer right now. I don't own any of his clothes because it's very expensive, but I own some of his A6 collaborations and they're amazing. But I definitely admire what he does. And his other brand, Auto 958, which is not on here, but I'll group it in there. Great brand, he does beautiful things. Also, he does Affix Works, I think. So he has a bunch of stuff that he's doing. I'll put him in A. Again, might be biased, but it is what it is. St. Woods, another good Canadian brand out of Montreal. Again, nothing really crazy this year. Their collections are always solid. They always have a few hitters out there, but also beyond just the fashion stuff, what they do for Montreal and the scene out there is incredible. If you know what they do, it's very, very good stuff. So St. Woods, I'll put them, I think, the same as Dime, probably. Yeah, shout out St. Woods. Reebok probably had the worst year of like a major sneaker brand. I don't remember seeing anything from them, which is disappointing. They have an Adsum collab coming out, which I love Adsum. I love Reebok. It's at Club C Mid. They had the Nicole McLaughlin Club C Mids as well. But I think Reebok just had I don't remember seeing anything from them, honestly. Well, they have the Tyrell Winston Club C's as well, but I'm gonna have to put Reebok I'll put them in the bottom of C. I think those Club C collabs kind of helped them a little bit, but bottom of C for them, unfortunately. Stussy, now Stussy, obviously one of the biggest streetwear brands out. They had a big resurgence a few years ago. This year they had a good year again, solid year. Was it better than Palace though? Personally, no, but I'll put them in the A category just because they sell out everything pretty much. Like, it's pretty impressive what they've been doing lately. Wales Bonner, grouping with Adidas, but not. Incredible year. She has been doing amazing things. Also doing some World Cup stuff, I believe, for Jamaica. So Wales Bonner, and just the pieces that she makes, not just strictly Wales Bonner, not the Adidas stuff, just her main line label is amazing. I'll put Wales Bonner at A, I think above, probably the top of A, honestly. I love Wales Bonner. Shout out to Grace, incredible designer. Supreme, this is a tough one. I feel like they had a good year. Obviously the hype is probably not there anymore, like what it used to be for the hype beast kids, whatever. Maybe I'm just too old, I don't really pay attention to that anymore, but the actual pieces they make are amazing. I got my Selvage jeans, I got the Cactus Plant Varsity jacket, which I love both of those very much. But in terms of collabs, I think they had a couple of good ones. Nothing really crazy stood out for me. I feel like they were on the same kind of as Stussy probably for this year, but I'll put them above Stussy actually. Let's put Supreme there. I feel like I'm rating everybody pretty high, but whatever, it is what it is. Uniqlo, I figured I'd put them in here because they do have some good pieces. Uniqlo U, Uniqlo C, which debuted this year. They have some good collaborations, normally engineered garments, white mountaineering, etc. But honestly, this year I was kind of let down by their collabs. Uniqlo U was good, the fall winter collection was good. The parka from engineered garments was good, but they only had 3 pieces, so that was kind of disappointing. I'll put Uniqlo in C. I feel like the collabs this year were not the best. A few more here, we got Bodhi. Now, I love Bodhi, but I don't really pay attention to them anymore. I don't know, like I don't really see them as much. I feel like, but again, they do what they do and they do it well. People eat it up, people buy it, it's very expensive, but in my opinion, you get what you're paying for. The quality is amazing. I've seen a few of their pieces. I've been to the store in New York, very nice. So I just feel like they're consistently doing good. I'll put them in the B category, I think. I'll put them here actually. Yes, trying to deal with this cat that's really not having it. But next we have Our Legacy, which again is a brand I don't own anything of, but I admire from afar. Very clean, very nice pieces, very nice silhouettes. The quality, the craftsmanship looks incredible. And again, I think they fit in that category of they do what they do, and they do very good. So I'll put Our Legacy, I'll put them here. Wait. I feel like Kith has to go down. That's too high for Kith, I think. Yeah, sure. Salomon, they had a good year, I think. Recently the collabs they've been putting out have been very good. Past couple of years have been amazing with the Hidden collab, etc. But recently they had the Filio ones, like the furry ones, which are cool. The GR10K ones are very nice. The Bone Soda ones were very good. They have another Hidden collab, I think it's a snowboard, which does it count as fashion? I don't know. The Salomon, I think, better than Arc'teryx. They're under the same umbrella, a company, but Salomon, I think, as a brand had a better year than Arc'teryx. If we're just looking at them both objectively, obviously they're very different, but Salomon, I feel like, do they go in A tier? I might have to put them in the A, honestly. Because their collabs, they do sell out. I'll put them in A. Also the MM6 mules, XT6 mules, or XT4 mules, whatever. I need those whenever they drop. One that I wasn't able to get on here was Martine Rose. For some reason, they didn't have it in here and I couldn't put it on. I don't know, but anyways, Martine Rose. I think she was just named the designer of the year, which well deserved in my opinion. She's an incredible designer, doing incredible things with her brand, of course. She had those shocks that came out this year, a few colorways. She did the Nike like suit, the kind of dress wear jacket thing, or dress shirt jersey kind of thing for the Women's World Cup that she did. And just the stuff that she makes for her own brand, the football jerseys are amazing. So if I could put Martine Rose in here, I'll put it in when I'm editing this, but she would be an S tier for sure. Shout out Martine Rose, one of my favorite designers as well. Her and Grace, I think, are incredible, and the menswear scene is in good hands with those two. You know what? I'm putting Wales Bonner in S tier as well. So Adidas, Fugazi, Wales Bonner, and Martin Rose in the S tier category for me personally. Yeah, that's my list for 2023 brands that I wanted to rank anyways. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.